Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another interesting episode on your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So today, this is going to be the second video on Neoload interview questions. So in this video, I will answer one of the most frequently asked question in terms of Neoload. So if you are someone who is applying for a performance testing or performance engineering role and that requires Neoload as a desired or as a minimum requirement, so you must know all these before you attend this interview. So in this video we'll see about various advantages, like, so mainly the question is about how does Neoload differ from other load testing tools such as Jmeter or LoadRunner. So we'll see that in various aspects. So there are like several advantages in terms of Neoload in comparing with Jmeter and LoadRunner. So it starts from the user-friendly GUI, the native integrations with the DevOps tools, and dynamic capabilities for mobile and web application testing. So before we move on to this video, this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. I welcome you all to our Little Slaw YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and like this video and share the video with your friends. And yeah, let's go to the video. And firstly, so you can see here the Neoload, the user interface. So Neoload differs from the very basic one. So Neoload actually is different from other load testing tools like Jmeter or LoadRunner in several key aspects, and that aspects make Neoload to stand out depending on the specific needs of the organization. So out of it, the very first one, the user interface. So if you see here, let me even open one of the script and I can show you. So Neoload actually offers a very friendly user interface, a very friendly GUI, which simplifies the test creation. So if you want to create a script, you can just create it right from here. You can start your recording, and in the recording you can see several options like SAP GUI, Citrix, or Real Browser. Even you can create and then you can execute using the runtime. You can create a population very quickly, and it all has the drag and drop. So if you want to add any actions, you can just drag and drop inside the script and you can start your actions. You have like several logics that has been added to the actions, like delay, loop, while controller, if then else, switch. You have try catch, you have go to next iteration, you have wait until, you can even add JavaScript to add your custom code. So it makes all these features actually makes it easier for teams to design complex test scenarios without requiring extensive coding skills. So you do not need extensive coding skills because you are getting covered with most of the logics. So for example, if your user wants to parameterize the script, or if he wants to set up a correlation, so it's very easy, I mean, comparing to any other tool. But on the other hand, if you are using Jmeter, you need to have, I mean, Jmeter again is an open source tool, as we all know, with a very steep learning curve, which requires more manual configuration. Even for recording, you should configure your proxy to localhost, and without that you'll not be able to record. But in Jmeter you don't have that restriction. You can use the your client network for or you can use a client network for recording the scripts. So in all those things, Jmeter has a lot of configuration related challenges. So while it is, even though we know it's highly customizable, its interface, as we all know, it's very intimidating for beginners. So that's the reason users often rely on plugins for added functionality. Like you have to use several plugins for listeners, for processors, for post-processors, for pre-processors, and for any logics. And that's with Jmeter. And if you're using for LoadRunner, so LoadRunner provides powerful features but a more complex interface when compared to Neoload. And in fact, it is often favored by enterprise users who are already experienced with it, but the setup process can be time consuming and less agile for quick iterations. As we all know, it's how difficult it is to set up the LoadRunner. And coming back to the second one, the DevOps and CI/CD integration. So Neoload is designed with DevOps and agile testing. For example, if you want to collaborate, you can actually do collaboration with various third-party servers. In terms of the CI/CD integration, you can connect with GitHub, you can connect with GitLab, you can connect with Azure DevOps and TeamCity. So this makes it easy to include performance test in the CI/CD pipeline, which ensures performance testing becomes part of the software delivery lifecycle. And Neoload supports shift left testing by enabling testers and developers to run performance tests early in development. So that is the shift left testing. That is the main advantage of using Neoload, and native integrations with containerization tools like Docker allow for scalable and flexible test environments. And when it comes to Jmeter, Jmeter also integrates with CI/CD pipelines, but they often require third-party tools, or you need to do custom scripting to set up. While Jmeter can be configured for DevOps workflows, it actually requires more workflow, more manual effort, and technical expertise. Like, even I have created several videos on Jmeter. If you haven't watched it, it actually takes a lot of time for you to configure the Jmeter in terms of the CI/CD integration. And when it comes to LoadRunner, yes, LoadRunner offers robust integration with DevOps tools, but is traditionally viewed as a more suited for large scale and for standalone performance testing rather than continuous iterative DevOps practice. It can be less agile in adapting to rapid testing cycles. And coming to the third part, which is dynamic capabilities for web and mobile applications. So Neoload does not only excel in web applications, but it also excels in dynamic and modern applications, especially those with very rich interface. For example, if you want to use any mobile applications, yes, you can test mobile application, and you can set up, for example, if you want to set the browser, or if you want to set up the WAN emulation, so yes, you can even set it up here, where you can set up the customized mobile testing. So you can set up these level of mobile related WAN emulation. So all these provides actually an out-of-box support for handling complex dynamic content. And there are several other things, like where you can very easily handle the session tokens, the API calls, and dynamic variables without requiring excessive manual correlation. Because when you create just go back to the license management, and if you create the frameworks, so if you create these frameworks automatically, you can very well correlate the repeated values. So that actually helps you a lot. And as we see, the Neoload's network condition simulation features allow the testers to let me just go back here. So this part actually allows you to emulate real world scenarios, such as you can vary the bandwidth. So if you see here, you can vary the bandwidth, the latency, and the packet loss for mobile apps. And in fact, it also supports end-to-end testing for APIs, for microservices, for IoT applications. So all these features actually makes Neoload very versatile for modern architectures. On the other hand, Jmeter is powerful for API testing and can handle web applications well, but it requires significant manual correlation and scripting to manage dynamic content. And also, handling single page applications or mobile app testing can be more challenging without custom plugins or extensions. And I heavily believe that, because I know how difficult it is to work without any plugins or extensions. And when it comes to LoadRunner, yes, LoadRunner is robust for traditional web applications and APIs, but it also requires more setup effort for modern frameworks or dynamic applications. So it also supports mobile and web testing, but may not match Neoload's agility in simulating the complex network conditions. And when it comes to cloud and load generation, so you can see here in the runtime part, you can add several load generators, and you can even use the cloud setup as well. If you click on this cloud button, you can very well connect to the cloud. So if you click on this button, you can add the load generators, any number of load generators you want. So Neoload actually has a strong support for cloud-based testing, which allows, even you can use the Neoload Web as well. The Neoload Web, the SaaS product, is more useful when you want to test your application in a cloud-based load testing, and that allows the users to easily spin up cloud-based load generators using providers like AWS, like Azure, Google Cloud. So this scalability actually makes Neoload a greater choice for large-scale performance testing without needing extensive on-premise. Because, like I told you, if you have enough license, you can actually connect the Neoload SaaS, the cloud SaaS platform, and you can very well start running your test without the need of any local setup. You don't need any local load generators. But on the other hand, yes, Jmeter supports cloud-based load generation, but they often requires additional tools like Jmeter or other third-party platforms to manage and scale sets in the cloud. And when it comes to LoadRunner, yes, LoadRunner also supports cloud-based testing, but it's like more infrastructure heavy and typically involves higher setup costs. And when it comes to licensing and cost, Neoload. So if you go to the help and in license management, yes, this is the place, the license part, where you can see the licensing. So Neoload operates on a license-based model, which can be more cost-effective for teams looking for enterprise-grade features without the high costs associated with LoadRunner. It provides flexibility in licensing for smaller and medium-sized items. And we all know the next one, which is Jmeter, is an open source and free, which makes it an attractive option for small teams, organizations with very limited budgets. And however, additional costs may arise from required plugins or third-party tools for advanced features. On the other hand, the LoadRunner is known for its high licensing cost. It makes it a better fit for large enterprises with extensive testing requirements. And when it comes to real-time monitoring, yes, we do have lots of options. You can connect with Dynatrace, you can connect with APM, App Dynamics, you can even connect with Nudge, APM, Qtest, you can even connect it with Splunk as well. So Neoload provides a real-time performance monitoring. So you can, if you enable the App Dynamics information, and if you want to get the transaction names, just enable them, click on apply, run your test, you can automatically see these transactions in the App Dynamics. The same applies to Dynatrace as well. So yes, like I told you, Neoload provides real-time performance monitoring and integrates with infrastructure monitoring tools to offer insights during test execution. It also supports intuitive dashboards and analytics that allow teams to quickly identify any bottlenecks. And when it comes to Jmeter, yes, Jmeter provides basic performance monitoring during tests, but lacks the advanced real-time dashboards available in Neoload without third-party tools. And when it comes to LoadRunner, LoadRunner provides advanced monitoring and diagnostics comparable to Neoload, but is often more complex to set up and interpret. When it comes to Dynamics, App Dynamics is very simple. Like if you just go here, give the tags, connect it here, and automatically you can see the same applies to the Dynatrace as well. Just give here, give the server URL and the API token, click on test, and automatically you can connect your, apart from this proxy configuration, yes, you can connect your Dynatrace to it, and that will start working. And yep. So apart from that, so these are the very basic differences, and this is what you have to tell when someone asks you about Neoload. Also, what do you understand? So please do go through this video again, and if you have any doubts or any queries, please do comment in the comment section. So until I meet you in our next video, it's bye bye from us, Shanmugam, and your favorite Little Star YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.